Imagine you're developing an inventory management application that helps employees track stock levels. Imagine further that a customer wants to purchase a product and checks the stock availability. But because of an unhandled error, the application crashes. These types of scenarios can disrupt the user experience and even impact business operations, such as causing order delays. Fortunately, by effectively managing unchecked exceptions in your code, you can ensure that your application remains reliable even in the face of unexpected errors. In Java, runtime exceptions are known as unchecked exceptions. The compiler does not catch them, so the software developer must handle them appropriately. In this video, you will explore strategies for avoiding common issues like null pointer exception and array index out of bounds exception, which are subclasses of the runtime exception class. Let's start with the null pointer exception. This is a common programming error that can occur whenever an object is declared but not initialized. This is an unchecked exception because the compiler doesn't explicitly force you to handle it. Create a class named item and add a string attribute called name to it. Inside the main method, create an object of the item class and add a print statement to display the item's name as output. Imagine retrieving an item's name in your inventory system which hasn't been initialized yet. Let's run the code to observe what happens. Yes, the name of the item is null, because you didn't initialize it. Let's change the print statement to display the name of the item in uppercase as item.name.to uppercase parentheses. Remember, the item object's name was not initialized yet, so when you attempt to run this code, it returns the null pointer exception with this message. It means the program tried to call a method on a null object reference, indicating it hasn't been initialized. Let's continue by adding another attribute price to the item class and define the toString method that returns the name and price. Inside the main method, declare an item object, and inside a print statement, call the toString method on the item object to print the name and price. Note that the object is still not initialized. You've already understood that running this code will again give you the null pointer exception as output. So let's handle this exception as a precaution. Use the try-catch block and put the object creation and print statements inside the try block. Also use the catch block to handle the null pointer exception. Type a print statement that says error : attempted to fetch a null item reference. Now, observe when the code is run that the code prints the message as per your instruction on the occurrence of the exception. Another common unchecked exception in Java is array index out of bounds exception. This occurs when you try to access an array element using an index that's out of the array's bounds. For example, if you have an array with 3 elements, accessing the 4th element will trigger this exception. In the context of the inventory management application, you might have an array storing item details. If you have an array with 3 elements, its lower bound is 0 and upper bound is 2. Trying to give the index beyond these 2 bounds results in array index out of bounds exception. Let's explore this in Java, and let's say our inventory management system is for books. In the item class used in the previous example, let's add a constructor to initialize the object's name and price attributes. Now, in the main method, declare an array of item class with a size of 2. Initialize the 2 elements in the array with 2 products, pen and book, with 10 and 100 as price respectively. Define an integer variable named index to store the array index you want to access, such as 1, and add a print statement to display the item details at this index using the toString method. Run the code and you should get the name and the price of the book as output. Now change the value of the index variable to 3 and run again. Since this index is out of bounds, you should get array out of bounds exception being thrown by Java. To catch this exception, surround the variable definition and print statements with the try block and use the catch block to handle the array index out of bounds exception. Type a print line that says error colon. The given index is out of bounds. Run the code and you should get the message as output. In real-world applications, effectively managing these exceptions can significantly enhance the user experience. For instance, it's crucial to ensure users don't encounter crashes when searching for products or adding items to their cart. Great job! You've taken important steps to make your code more resilient by learning how to handle unchecked exceptions. In this video, you've learned the importance of handling unchecked exceptions in Java. You've also learned that all the unchecked exceptions are runtime exceptions. That's because they don't violate any Java-specific syntax rules. Addressing the null pointer exception and array out-of-bounds exception ensures your application remains robust and user-friendly. Remember, unchecked exceptions can be managed effectively with try-catch blocks and by providing proper conditional statements.